I cannot wait to decorate this room. Hi boss, good evening or good morning depending on what time you're watching this. I'm obviously not starting this vlog in the morning, as you'll have seen if you read the title of this video. This is a special little episode of Vlogmas. We're trying to get outside the box a little bit, and so today I thought I would show you my nighttime routine. And I had to start right here in my living room, which is one of the rooms we haven't decorated yet. And I'm starting it here in my living room, sat on my exercise ball, because as the majority of my day and the work that I do is sat at a desk, and then I am moving from the desk to the dining table and then the sofa, Mama has been experiencing a little bit of back pain, not gonna lie. And I don't mean that I'm sat all the time 24/7. My Apple Watch does tell me to stand up every hour, which I do, and then I do exercise and walk Lola every single day. But I'm just finding that I need something to transition and help me just loosen up at the end of the day, and that something is my exercise ball. So my typical routine right now is that I will sit on this for 20 to 30 minutes after I finished my workday, before I then sit on the sofa. Lola is on her evening walk right now. She doesn't really like the ball. She hated it when I first got it, but she is getting a little bit more used to it now. So I'm sharing my nighttime routine to show you what's included, how it can change, and this is something very recently that I have added to make that change. I was actually going to film this on a Friday night, but then I thought that it didn't really make sense, so I wanted to film it on a proper weeknight evening. Plus on a Friday night we usually have nacho night, and Tom is going to pick us up some McDonald's chips to have with it as well, and that has become a little bit too routine lately, not gonna lie. So I am going to share with you what I do in my evening routine and before bed to prep for a boss morning and a boss day and a boss life and all of those things that we are working on. And this is how we're starting. Just bouncing on my ball. Oh, hi. Your tail. You here to join me? Yeah. Oh. Look at that fluff. Another part of my nighttime routine is Miss Lola chewing my socks. Isn't it? Oh boy, I look tired. Okay, so I usually exercise and shower in the morning, which means I don't need to shower at night. But what has to happen at night first, after I get changed, obviously, because I want to be in my comfies definitely at this point. So first up is my skincare routine. This is the first thing that I usually do after we've cleared up after dinner, and I usually do this anytime between 7 and 7:30. My skincare routine is such a big part of my overall evening routine, so I'm gonna show you all of the steps as quickly as I can. First things first though, got to move this hair out of the way because it is just in the way always. So this is the makeup remover that I use. I used to use something a lot fancier than this. I think it was a Clinique makeup remover, and then I tried this, and this is just everything. It's so gentle on the skin, it removes so much of my makeup, and it's so affordable. You can probably hear Lola scratching. in the background. So this is what I use to remove my makeup with, and then I cleanse my face, and the cleanser that I use is one by Clinique. I've been using Clinique products since I was about 16. They're just so good for my skin. So I'm gonna go ahead and do those first 2 steps right now. Lola's currently now licking a face cloth. Can you see that? She loves rubbing herself on damp things. So then I just always rub my eyes around with this, which is the Simple Eye Makeup Remover, just in case I missed anything, basically. Just picks up those last. I am by no means a beauty blogger or an influencer, BTW, but it just helps me pick up those last remaining bits that I may just have missed when I washed my face. And then I move on to toner, which is again by Clinique. I basically use their 3-step system, so cleanse, tone, and moisturize. I remember when I first used their toner, and I remember it stinging my face so much, and I just thought to myself, God, what is this stuff? Now I definitely know what toner is. Then I will move on to my eye cream, and I have been using again a Clinique one. I don't know if the focus is gonna work. This isn't my favorite one. I do have another favorite one that's a Clinique one, so I will link that below. But this is definitely a close second. And FYI, I got told by multiple people that it's much better to put your eye cream on before your moisturizer. Fun fact for you right there. I never brush my teeth until right when I'm going to bed, just in case I have a little late night snack. I actually feel very vulnerable right now as well, because my skin has been so bad during my pregnancy. During early pregnancy, especially my first trimester, I had a lot of breakouts, and now my skin is just quite red and patchy. It's really random. And then the final thing is my moisturizer, which is my favorite. I go through tubs of this so quickly. I've actually just ordered another one because I am running very low. So this is also by Clinique. I used to use the, I think it's called the Dramatically Different moisturizer. It's the one in the yellow one. But now I use this one, and it just hydrates my skin so much. Oh, and then before bed, I will just quickly show you. Right before I go to sleep, I also put this on, and this is a Clinique face mask. So you leave it on overnight, and then helps your skin look a bit brighter in the morning. I hate it when I run out of this. It makes me so sad, because I try and put on quite a big amount so it can just soak in and work its magic while I fall asleep. And that is pretty much my evening skincare routine done and dusted. Okay, so post skincare, not bedtime yet, not even chill time yet. At this time, I do like to sit in my home office to just collect my thoughts from all of the different things that have happened today. So I like to go through my Google Calendar and my Asana and basically just take a look at everything that I did. And if you're not already aware, I am a calendar blocking junkie. So typically everything that I have done has been tracked on my Google Calendar at some point. Even if I'm not adding it on in real time, or if things change up and weren't pre-planned to get done during that time, I will then go back and do it, because I want to be able to track my time later of what I actually spent my time on. Some people think it's a lot. Like the other day, I had something on my calendar that didn't take me as long as I expected, and I said to Tom, oh, I'm 20 minutes ahead of schedule, and I edited the task on my calendar to reflect the fact that I was 20 minutes ahead of schedule. And he was like, are you really doing that? And I said, well, yeah, it's gotta be accurate. So yeah, it's really easy for me to go back and see everything that I did today and what needs to get done for the rest of the week. And so at this point, I just like to wrap my head around what I have to do tomorrow, and so I will look at what's actually scheduled to get done. Some of those things being tasks, some of those things being calls, depending on what day of the week it is. And I do something called the Ivy Lee method, which is basically just a really good way of not having an endless to-do list of things that I have to do. Because of course there is an endless list of things that I have to do, and I could add something every half an hour to my calendar if I really wanted to, but that's just not going to make me the best version of myself. So the Ivy Lee method is essentially the top 6 priorities that I would want to get done tomorrow. And the goal is that you put them in order. So you put them in the order that you think you want to get them done in to the best of your ability, and then you try to do them in that order. And you're probably not going to get to all of them in that day, but at least you've got them in a priority order. So if you get through the first 4 or so, let's say, then you've just got to move those next 2 to the next day or the next week, or maybe you come to the conclusion that you don't actually need to do them yet, or that they can be delegated, and so on. So right now, that is what I am going to do. I've got my daily planner and I've got my bullet journal somewhere. Oh, I found it. I love the colour of this one. What colour should my next one be? I really don't know. That's going to be a tricky decision. So I'm going to write in my daily task log the 6 things that I want to get done tomorrow based on my calendar. And after that, it's pretty much time to head downstairs and watch an episode of something before we go to bed. Looking at the time though, I'm actually quite early. So we might get an episode and a bit in, I don't know. Or I could just be really lame and go for a super early night, which is very, very tempting. Lola might be sleeping, but based on how she was just then, she also could be hyper and want to play ball or play tug. You never know with her, it will literally be one end of the scale or the other. And then it gets to the point where if she does want to play in the evening, if we do stop and just try and get her to settle, she will conk out in a matter of minutes. It's so funny how quickly she can fall fast asleep. So we'll watch something and then we will head up to bed about 9:20 or 9:30. And then we tuck Lola in, I write in my journal, and then I read. But first, it's task time. Adulting so hard right now. So that is done. Tomorrow is planned, and now it's time to go downstairs. I always have a chamomile tea when I come and sit down at night. I love to drink one of those before I go to bed, and it gives me enough time to relax before I need to go to bed as well. When it's winter, I always want warm drinks. In summer, I find the cold lemon water really refreshing, but in winter it's gotta be a warm mug. So I just have that little cup of something while we watch something on Netflix usually. I'm not gonna bring you with me to bed because I have boundaries, but I am going to show you my journal and what I read before bed as well. I really want a Kindle. I think it's gonna help me get through books so much easier. So the first thing I do is write in this journal. So I'll show you what it looks like inside. It just gives you a blank page for each day. And then I basically write down 3 good things that happened today and 3 things that I'm grateful for today. I need to order a new one soon actually, because there's not that many days left in 2020. Then the book I'm reading right now is this one, and it's called The Introvert Entrepreneur. I did start reading this ages ago and then I stopped for some reason. So I'm back on track with it now and it is amazing. I mean, I don't know if you can see everything I've highlighted in here. It was recommended to me by my coach. My coach recommended that I read it and I absolutely love it. Love it. I only usually get through a couple of pages before I'm falling asleep because reading in general usually does help me fall asleep. So that's what I do after I tuck Lola in and brush my teeth. I like Lola to be sorted and comfy and going off to sleep before I even get into bed. Even if I'm not going to fall asleep straight away, I just like to know that she is sorted. So like I said, I'm pretty early tonight with this, and I think it's because Tom ended up taking Lola out for a walk, so I made us an early dinner, so I'm early with everything. So it's 7:30 now, and so we are going to go downstairs. We're going to do some of the hypnobirthing course that we are working our way through, and then we'll probably watch something, and then I will do my teeth and write in my journal and read, and aim to have lights out by no later than 10 p.m. I like to give myself a good 30 to 45 minutes before I go to sleep to actually get my body ready for bed. And this is where you're basically coaching yourself to get relaxed and go to sleep, so you can fall asleep by the time that you want to fall asleep by, so you can wake up at the time that you actually want to wake up. You can always have a wake up time that you want, but if you don't reverse engineer how much sleep you need to get, then it's pretty pointless. So I'm filming this on a Thursday the 3rd of December. I usually wake up about 6 a.m, that's when my alarm goes off, and tomorrow is going to be no different for me. Although tomorrow is exciting because I'm doing a very quick version of my morning routine, because we're going to get the Christmas tree in the morning, so stay tuned for that vlog coming very soon. So I try and average about 7 hours of sleep. 7 hours is my sweet spot, 7 to 7.5. If I hit 8 or over 8, that can feel a little bit too long sometimes, although that has drastically changed during pregnancy. I cannot get enough sleep at the moment. But then if I have 6.5, it's like, oh dear Holly, we are going to need something extra to power us through today. So I don't know if you found this interesting, but this has been my nighttime routine, and I live for it. It's simple, it's real, it's dark. It's a lot like my morning routine actually. Spoiler alert, that was entirely what the last video in Vlogmas was all about. But I wanted to share my nighttime with you, and just my nighttime routine and my routines in general, both of these routines, because I don't have any traditional videos of my routines. I talk about them a lot and I give you glimpses of what they look like. So I thought it would be good to finally give you a real raw version of what my routines look like. And what better time to do that than Vlogmas, when it is my last Christmas before I become a mum. Now there's a realization. But I was basically thinking to myself, yes, morning routines are important to discuss, but the nighttime routine is what actually helps you get to a healthy, positive, productive morning routine, in my opinion. I think this could even be the more important one. I mean, it's so easy to, you know, eat late at night and stay up late and watch Netflix. It's just so easy to do all of that stuff, which ultimately, domino effect, messes up everything in the morning. So that's why I wanted to share this one with you as well, to put into perspective that yes, my morning routine looks great, but it's actually my evening routine that sets me up to have the best morning routine that I can. So hopefully for you it was insightful, interesting. I'm not sure how you would describe it really, or my morning routine, but I'm sure you can think of something. Leave that in the comments below. That's all for today, boss. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it as always. Remember to subscribe for boss vibes. Be grateful for what you have. Show up for yourself every day and go out there and become the boss of your life. See you soon.